the growth of AI, both draining energy use, but also as part of the solution. AI is bringing lots of abilities for us to be able to tackle the climate crisis. So we have to hold two things in our minds at the same time. Energy demand's going up, but it's cleaner, and all of the investment is going into clean energy now.
Right. So when you look at the global trade ecosystem of the world, a lot of us have been talking on CNBC about the U.S. Pulling back, and a number of countries saying, hey, we'll have to undergo global trade or free trade without the U.S., or imagine a scenario where we're not as dependent on the U.S. In the spheres or in the ecosystem of climate, is there a similar conversation right now that's happening in countries like the UK, where perhaps there is a need to perhaps take a growing role, because it seems that the US is also taking a bit more of a step back from some of these climate targets as well? Is there a parallel conversation happening in your circles as well?
Well, so within climate diplomacy, in the negotiations that take place, where Singapore plays a very important role, as does ASEAN and countries in the UK, the US is stepping back diplomatically. But I think underneath that, we see a doubling down of the conversation of how we collaborate in order to keep the investment running into the clean economy. Obviously, trade disruptions and anything that interrupts global growth is worrying when that growth needs to be green. So I've just come from Vietnam. I was recently in India. These countries have got very aggressive growth rates. That growth is going to be in the green and clean economy. So any kind of sort of global disruption could have an impact on the progress, the speed of progress. But I think there's two conversations going on. There's a diplomatic sort of rhetorical conversation around net zero being perhaps, in the US anyway, something that's now contested. In the UK, we've attracted more than $46 billion worth of investment into our own green energy transition since the government was elected in July.